How's it going, guys? Phil here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to disassemble the Nutribullet Pro 900 series blender base. One thing that happens to many Nutribullet users is that the actuator switches that these tabs on the blender cups need to push down can seize up or become hard to press down. And that's because, if you'll notice, the white switches here are exposed, and sometimes debris or even liquid from a wet or leaky blender cup can get down into them, causing them to stick or require a lot of pressure to engage, which is exactly what happened to mine after a smoothie leaked into the unit because the rubber gasket in the cap was loose. So we're going to disassemble the whole unit and clean the switches, which should fix this issue. First, unplug the machine and turn the Nutribullet motor base upside down. On the bottom are 4 screws, which you'll need to remove. Grasp the bottom cover firmly and pull straight up, and it should slide out. Next, we'll remove these 3 screws around the motor fan bracket. Followed by the 2 screws on top of the power cord guide. And also remove the plastic guide. We can already see here some of the sticky residue from the smoothie incident, which managed to run all the way down through the unit to the base. The next step is to lift the power cord out of the notch in the back and remove the plastic base, feeding the power cord through as you take it off. So this piece will need a bit of cleaning, but since it's all plastic, a bit of soap and water and a soft sponge will do the trick. Next, we'll remove the metal outer sleeve on the motor housing by gently lifting it up and feeding the power cable through it. We'll need to clean this piece as well. Now, if we flip the unit over and look into the cup, you'll see 3 white rubber covers. Grab the tabs with your fingers and remove them, revealing 3 screws underneath. We'll take these out next. Once that's done, gently lift the plastic shell up and off the unit, feeding the power cord through as you go. And here you can really see all the sticky gunk and residue clogging up the switch channels, and that's what's making them hard to press down. This piece will need a thorough cleaning too. If the switches themselves are dirty, you'll need to remove them to clean both sides as well, by taking out the 2 screws holding in the plastic spring clip. Be careful when removing the clip so that you don't lose the spring. I cleaned the switch and the housing it rests upon using just a damp cloth to wipe up the sticky residue. Once clean, we can reassemble, placing the switch in place first, then the spring on the tail, followed by the plastic clip. When reinstalling the plastic shell, be sure to line up the switch with the 2 red wires with the slot immediately to the left of the exhaust vent. That switch is here, and when we place the housing down, we'll turn it counterclockwise so that the vent ends up to its right, and it should drop down easily into place. Next, replace the metal outer shell, again lining up the exhaust vents and feeding the power cable through. There's a small notch at the lower lip of both the plastic and metal housings that should line up. Here's the view from the other side, so you can see it better. On the opposite side is a small post in the notch. That post will help you line up the plastic base, which should be on the same side as the logo on the metal sleeve. So feed the cable through the base and place it on the bottom while rotating until it drops into place. Here's what that looks like from the inside. Now, maneuver the power cable back into place, making sure the knotted side of the cable slides between the guideposts. Reinstall the plastic restrictor with the teeth facing down, using the 2 screws we removed at the beginning. Then flip the unit over and reinstall the 3 screws removed from the inside of the cup. Afterward, seat the white rubber plugs back over the screws. Working on the base again, reinstall the 3 screws around the motor fan. On the base cover, note these 2 grooves in the protective cup. You'll want to slot the motor wires into the right-hand groove to separate them from the fan blades. Here's a close-up of how that should look. Then push the wires off to the side. The strain relief of the power cord should create a seal on the inside and outside of the base. Make sure the tab on the cover lines up with the power cord port, and gently press the cover all the way down. Finally, reinstall the 4 screws on the bottom cover. Now, when we test it, we can see that the actuators all engage at the same time, and they are easily able to be pressed down together. None of them are sticking, and none of them feel jammed or stuck as they did before. And the unit works pretty much like new. I hope you found this repair video helpful. You can ask me any questions in the comments. I'll put links to the Nutribullet Pro Series 900 and spare parts in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and join me next time.